AncestryDNA. Ethnicity results get updated every year, and the big update is coming on October 9th. So I got the inside scoop on this, so I can show you what it looked like before and what it looks like after this update, so you can see some of the features that have changed. It's a big update. It really is a big update, and you want to learn all about this. So I'm Aimee Cross. I'm here to help you take your genealogy to the next level. Let's dive in and take a look at what is new at AncestryDNA ethnicity results. So if you're in your DNA, you're probably seeing a little thing up here right now that says coming soon, big updates on the way. Origins is getting an upgrade with new regions and greater precision. So these are my old ancestral regions. And you can see that I have 7 ancestral regions. Right now they're listed in the highest percentage: Scotland, England, Germanic Europe, Ireland, Sweden, France, and Portugal. And you can see by the map over here what that looks like, you know, where my family is from on the map. Now, I should note here that ancestral regions, when we're talking about this information, this is from 500 to like 1,000 years ago, and that's going to come into play here in just a minute. So now in the new results, you see I have 11 ancestral regions, and they've grouped them together in macro groups. Celtic and Gaelic, you can see right here. England, Western Europe. And so now you see, like if I hover right here, it will highlight, or I can hover here, this Central Scotland and Northern Ireland group. But this area down here, Munster and Ireland, is a new area. And then I can go into some of the other locations in my genetic past. If I click on one of these areas, it's going to tell me more about what's happening there. And I'd like to point out that they have a darker color and then a lighter color. And the colors indicate more concentration. So I have a greater chance of being in that darker color than I do in the lighter color. One of the things that I also like about these things that they've added in recently, this isn't brand new, but I like it anyway, is how they give you a little bit of information about this region. They also will tell you if you have identified paternal, maternal, or it'll say parent 1 and 2, which percentage come from which, from this particular area, which parent passed it down. But now if I put these side by side, you can see a pretty big difference. On the left are my new ancestral regions, and on the right are the old ones. And the reason that I bring up the fact that these go pretty far back is I would like to note that my family, I know, came from central France. And that area is highlighted in the old results, but it's not highlighted in the new results. And I also have family that came from Switzerland. So does that mean the results are wrong? No, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that they have traced it further back and they've narrowed it down a little bit more, and that while my family did eventually wind up in Switzerland or in France, they originated in probably one of those neighboring regions, perhaps Spain or maybe Germany or the Netherlands. So hopefully that helps you out when you see something and you're like, wait a minute, that can't be right. It's the ancestral journeys that take those origins and then show how that group traveled over time that can help you see more what happened, like maybe in the last 300 years. So those journeys, though, are limited. I only have one. You may have 1 or 2 or 3, but that will give you more of an idea of where your family came from. Now, those ancestral journeys were not updated in this big update. They are updated on a more regular basis, like every 3 or 4 months. So you want to keep checking your DNA results to see if you have more information there. So you may be wondering, why do the ethnicities change? Well, they change because more and more people take tests, and so that gives Ancestry better information. But they also change for a couple of other reasons too. The science has gotten better, and the algorithms that compare your DNA results with other DNA results are getting better and more precise. And that's why they're able to narrow down these regions even more. So what are the changes? What really changed? Let me give you some numbers. Ancestry went from 107 regions to 146 regions. That's a pretty big increase. They now have over 185,000 samples that make up the reference panel. Now, the reference panel helps them identify what ethnicity you may be in. And Ancestry now has over 27 million DNA samples. So as we can see, this is just going to continue to change over time. If you want to learn more about how to sort your matches and how to deal with your matches in Ancestry's DNA, you might want to check out this video below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. That way you'll see my videos in your feed more often. Thanks.